Hi there, Paul. So this is going to be the next video demonstration in the series, and what I'm going to look at today is just to show you how you can add and edit your own scrolling banners over here, because I think that's important as well. Obviously, you need to be able to know how to do this. So I've logged in as the manager. All of these banners are listed under posts. So once you've logged in, just move your mouse over posts. You can either click on posts or simply go to all posts. And I'm just going to show you now. You'll see that obviously there are categories listed over here. Don't delete these categories for the posts, please, because I'm just going to open these in a new tab just to show you. All these categories have a specific purpose. Okay, so like the specials, for instance, if you delete that, it's going to delete the specials section on your menu over here. In fact, it won't, because those are product specials, but I did have that set up. But your product brochures, that's what I will use for when we set up your brochure as well, possibly in a future stage, in the future. And all these sub categories here under Coach's Corner obviously will then house those articles that are going to be written by those coaches. But the featured one, this one here called featured, that's the category which feeds the banner over here. So what you will see is when I've gone into posts and I'm looking at all posts currently, you can then see, you can obviously select or filter by category. So in other words, if I just want to see all the featured posts, all the posts that belong to featured, you'll see here they are: men's leisure golfer, the hockey kit, Gilbert Dimension Ball, the Disa rebounder net, and the elite netball. You can have as many as you want. There's no limit. So if you want to have 15 different items scrolling on the banner, you can do that with pleasure, no problem. I'm just going to close this one. We don't need the categories anymore. And then it's the same as the products. You can either use the edit or the quick edit section. If I click on quick edit, I can obviously edit the title. So currently you will see, if I just go back to the home, I want to see the first banner. You can see it says men's leisure golf. It doesn't have a price because I don't know what the price is that you guys are selling it for. So if you wanted to add a price, you simply use that quick edit feature and you add your price. I don't know, maybe it's 280 Rand or whatever it might be. Simply click on update. Wait for it to finish updating over here. Right, it's finished updating. If I now go back and I refresh this, in other words, I go back to the home page. There you go. You can see now it's 280. It's listed over here, the men's leisure golfer. Okay, so it's as simple as that. Using the quick edit feature allows you to, edit the title. You can also select which category it belongs in. In other words, if you decided, well, I want this article or this post to go rather under coaches courses or coaches articles, you could do that. But you want it to be listed under featured because that's where the banner items are coming from. I'm just going to delete the price again because we don't want to have there. You also have the ability to select the status. In other words, is it a draft? Is it still pending a review? Or is it published? If it's published, you are going to see it. I'm going to change it to draft here quickly just to show you the difference. It should, now that it's a draft, it should disappear from the banner. So in other words, when I refresh, we're not going to see the first one, the golfer. No, the leisure golfer was the first one, so we no longer see it. Now we see the black hockey kit is the first one that's appearing, and then we've got the others after that. So it's one way of disabling a banner if you wanted to. You can simply publish it again to make it available. These other items or sections in the quick edit area, don't worry about allow comments. You're not going to want your customers to comment or your visitors to comment on these items. Allow pings, we're not going to stress about that. Make the post sticky. I'll talk about that at a later stage when I show you how the coaches can add their posts. In fact, the coaches will use posts over here and create a new post, and they will then add it. they won't have access to seeing these product brochures, specials, or featured items. They can only select from these categories over here: articles, courses, or holiday clinics, or sports events, when they create their posts. But making it sticky will basically make it stand out. But it also depends on the theme. I haven't really tested it out with the theme that we are currently using. So I'm going to cancel here. You don't want to worry about a password or anything like that. Just going to leave it there. And then if you wanted to do a full edit of the item, of the post, you click on edit. Now what this allows you to do as well is to edit the information that is, if there's any other information contained here, like you see over here. I typed in view more golfers here. So I'm just going to refresh again, and then I'm going to go into this item. I'm going to click on the banner item. It then takes you into the post. So you can see it says view more golfers here, and if I click on this, this is going to take you into the Baron site for the men's golfers golf shirts. So you have the ability of doing that as well, adding your text in here, selecting your category, and obviously updating. In order to add the link, so that's all I've done is with, it's the same in the menu section here at the top. If we go to the corporate side of things and we have a look at apparel, you'll see now, if I move my mouse over activewear, if you look at the bottom left hand corner of the screen, I'm not sure whether it's going to show, but you can test it out as well on the site itself. You can see that it shows a link, and that link is taking you to disasports.bcgshop.co.za, the Baron shop. And all that's happened here is I simply went into the each category on the site, and you copy this. This is the internet address for this particular page. So if I copy this, okay, let's say I've now chosen activewear. If I copy this, here we go, copy that address, and if I'm back here in the editing section, you can see that this is underlined, and you can see it's showing you the link over here where I move my mouse over the section. I'm able to edit the link by clicking this pencil. So you can see the link currently is, you can see it here, it goes to product category 6. Okay, I'm going to delete all this, and I'm going to paste what we just put in, product category 25, what we just copied here. Product category 25 on this site is going to take you to activewear. So if I apply it now and then I update, you will see if I'm back in this section, I just want to wait for that to finish at the top here, to finish saving the post. It takes a while. My internet's been slow today, so I think that could be an issue. Having some internet issues here, but let's just wait. Hopefully it'll finish, and then okay, it's busy trying to connect still. Once it's finished saving, let's just see for now. Actually, if I refresh the men's leisure golfer page, then the new link should take me to the activewear page. Okay, remember we were in the golfers page previously. Okay, so that's finished saving, and I'm just waiting for this to update. Okay, it should update shortly. Okay, you can actually see at the bottom it says category 25. So if I now click on it, it should take me to activewear. There we go, activewear. Now we actually wanted to go to golf shirt, so I'm going to change it back to golf shirt. So I select golf shirt here. Now I'm viewing the golf shirt page. It's category 6. I copy this again. And if I go back to editing this, I can move my mouse just to the link, and just in front of the link, and I then have the ability to edit this. I'm going to delete that URL and I paste in there, and it's category 6. I apply it, update, and if I close that tab, okay, we're going to wait for it to save again, but basically that's the process. So that should be finished saving, and if I refresh this now, we'll see in a minute. should see, okay, it says product category 6. So now when I click on it, you can see it should open up golf shirts. There we go. So I mean, that's basically what I did for every single menu item in the corporate section here. Created each one of these and copied and pasted the internet address. Okay, by the way, I just want to have a look at something, see if we've got any. Yeah, let's do this for instance. So let's go. So at the moment you can see if I go to the header item or menu item called sports and I move my mouse over swimming, you can't see all of the sub categories for swimming, but you can if you simply, all you need to do is you scroll with your mouse up and down the page. So if I go to swimming and I move my mouse across, I can scroll up and down using my mouse. Okay, so, and the same applies to any of the, you know, for instance, if I move over tennis and squash, I can only see 2 or 3 of the items, but if I move up, scroll up, then you can see the rest of them, and you can obviously click on them and it'll take you through into your tennis rackets or those categories. That's pretty much the post. So adding a new post, you can either click on add new here at the top if you're busy working in a currently in a post, or when you move your mouse over posts over here, you'll find add new, and it's very straightforward. So let's say I wanted to add something under let's say one of these coaches corners, coaching articles. So I'm just going to say here, cricket coaching tips, I don't know, blah blah blah, and all I need to do here is I just say coaching articles, publish. Or you could have added a featured image. We can go back and have a look at that now. But if I then go back to my page, okay, obviously I'm going to refresh now because there's new content, and I click on Coach's Corner and I go to Coaching Articles. You should now see that coaching article. There we go, cricket coaching tips, blah blah blah. Read more if there's obviously been a lot more information typed in. So let me actually do that. I'm going to copy this and just paste it. Just going to keep going so that it looks as if we've got a lot of information on this particular item or this particular article. I'm going to set an image as well. So I don't know, it all depends on the people writing the article. They might have a picture of some rugby clinic taking place, or maybe some cricket coaching taking place. I'm going to upload a file. I think I should have some, maybe I don't actually have any images. Let's just see. I think should have some here. If I go to cricket, don't know if there are going to be pictures in here or not. Okay, I'm going to upload a bicycle photograph. So all you do is you upload it, set the featured image. You see it over there. I'm going to update and wait for it to finish. There we go. I can go back. I can either refresh this page or I can simply go back to coaching articles. And we should now see, here we go. So we now see the actual image as well as the information. Now it's going to show you a little bit of information first, but if you want to read more, it's not going to show you all the information initially. There you can read more of the story for the particular article. So the coaches, when they add their articles, they can add pictures of, I don't know, whether they want to have, their cricket company they want to advertise, they can add that, their logo in here or whatever, which is quite nice. I just want to see if there's anything else. Okay, don't worry about tags. We're not using tags on the site. That's pretty much. If you then go back to all posts, obviously what happens is it's going to list the newest ones first at the top, so you've got access to those first. So in other words, if I wanted to edit this particular article, the coaching tips, I could just say that this is what's actually going to happen is that when it comes to you from your coaches, it's going to come through as pending review like this, and you have to come in here and you will get an email notifying you that an article has been created by one of the coaches, and it's going to be listed as pending over here. And I think you actually, yeah, you should actually see. Let me just refresh this and see whether or not, yeah, here we go. So pending, a new category called pending at the top here will be listed. All you need to do if you want to is you can just, to find those ones if you're searching for them, is to click on pending and it'll list them all over here. And all you need to do is, obviously, I would suggest, I'm going to cancel this, that you read it first. So you can do that by clicking the edit button, and you will then be able to read what they've typed in, have a look at the picture, and from here what you can do is you can actually edit it directly from here. You should be able to say, oh, no, you can't. You would have to then, you can click on publish, sorry. Once you've approved it and the picture is okay and the category is right, you can simply click on publish, and it will then obviously appear on your on your site immediately. If you don't want to go read it and you simply just want to publish it, you have that option as well. I'm just going to put it back into pending quickly just to show you. Pending review. Wait for that to finish. So obviously the latest ones are listed at the top, but if I click on pending, I'll see the ones in that section. You can simply click on quick edit and you can say published, and you can update it automatically if you don't want to go through the process of actually reading it, and it will then be visible straight away under, you know, whichever category it's been allocated to you. So, you know, each category will then list a few, I think it lists like 6 or 7 per page, and then there's another page, or sort of archived pages below that, or links to other pages that you can, you know, the older articles can be visible. But we can obviously test that if we need to as well, just to see if we need to make any changes. I'm just going to bin this because we're not going to be using, in fact it might not even be listed here anymore. Let's just see if it's going to bin it. Okay, it has, that's fine. So you also then have the option or the ability to delete something permanently. I'm going to delete both of these permanently because we are not using these. But working with posts is as simple as that, and nothing to be scared of, or nothing tricky. What I would suggest as well, I'm going to go into this men's leisure golfer. You can have your let's say your graphic designer working on better images if you like. So I mean, currently you will see the images are, all I did is I took the image from the Barron site. I just downloaded from there, but you might decide, well, you want to make it a different background, you know, so it stands out a bit more. Put a light grey background around it rather than being white like this. It will also help with the writing, and maybe also help with the sort of look and feel. So you know, you've got that functionality. Even though you might have the products already listed on the site, you don't have to use the product images for these banners. You can use different images, and it's simple. I mean, I can remove this image, and if I want to click on or add a different image, this is my library, but I can also upload files directly from here. So if you've got a file that's been emailed to you, you just need to save that file on your computer, and then you can go and select it, find the file wherever it is. You know, if it's on your desktop or something, you can do that. So let me just find that guy again with the golfer. Should be here somewhere, and then I can add that original image back. There it is. I think this is the one. Yeah, you can actually see it's quite wide. So I'm going to set that back as a featured image, update, or I could have cancelled. If I hadn't made any change, or even if I'd removed the image, and if I haven't updated the product, I can simply get out of here and it's not going to save any changes. So I think that pretty much covers working with your banners and creating posts. So I'm going to stop there for now. Thanks. Cheers, Paul.